Welcome to Overdevest Nurseries, where we grow a very wide variety of outdoor garden plants, ones that have been especially selected for their proven performance here in our region. That's the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic states. And if you'd like to find out more about them, can I suggest that you click and subscribe to our channel, because then as we post new videos, which we're doing all the time, filming them here on the nursery, whenever we post them, you'll be first in line to find out about all the wonderful varieties that you might like to consider growing in your garden. Now we've got trees and shrubs and perennials and ornamental grasses and all sorts of things, but also we've got some beautiful evergreen conifers too, ones that will give you all year round interest in your garden. And at this time of year, which is now on a beautiful morning in early autumn, probably one of the most colourful ones we have is this beautiful compact form of the Globe Arborvitae. This is Thuja Fire Chief, a variety that is really beautiful to have in your garden, whether you have it as a single specimen or whether you plant it in a line alongside paths and driveways, or it might be that you would put a group of them down in amongst other low ground covering plants, or perhaps even as just a specimen on a rockery or raised bed. And also, of course, it will make a very nice plant to put into a container too. Hardy to zone 4. All it needs is an average soil as long as it's free draining, and you'll find therefore that you'll have a shapely, tight, compact mound that gets to about 4 to 5 foot high by about the same wide. Now, one of the fabulous things about this plant is that it's changing through the season. Now, in the earlier part of the growing season, that's in say late spring and summertime, you'll see that the foliage takes on more of a yellowish shade, a yellowish green color. But now that we're getting into cooler temperatures, it's amazing to see the foliage turn to this beautiful bright orange color that stands out magnificently well in the landscape. Now, I mentioned the height of it there. You can actually control the height of this too. If you're somebody that's handy with a pair of hedging shears, you can go in and just clip back the foliage, just keeping to the tips of the shoot through the growing season, and just trim it back kind of like I'm doing here with my fingers, and that will give it a nice tight little haircut, and that will help to accentuate the shape, but it'll also help to keep it a little bushier and compact. Now, this is a variety that began life on the eastern shore of Maryland. Gabe Cesarini found a sport on a very well-known and commonly grown form called Thuja Rheingold. But this particular one, he noticed, had this bright orange color, and a big attribute about this too is that it seems to stand up better to ice storms and winter damage. And so with its tighter, compact habit, this is definitely a variety that I think you'll want to be able to grow in your garden. And one final thing I would mention about it too, and that is that the foliage smells nice. I would encourage you just to run your hand through the foliage, or perhaps even just crush some of the leaves a little bit and then smell them, because it has a really very nice kind of fragrant foliage that's very pleasant and nice to touch. So this is Thuja Fire Chief. It's a particularly fine variety, and not surprising, as you see, that it's been selected as a hand-picked for you certified variety, which brings with it a little extra reassurance that this is a variety that's been chosen by countless professionals who know what they're talking about, and so you can be able to grow this in your garden and enjoy its beautiful rounded compact shape and ever-changing foliage.